Hi, friends. Before we start this episode, wanted to get on here and give a little shout out to the Dallas Romies. If you are local to Dallas and you are going to Arlington Supercross, send me a message on Instagram. I'm toying with a little bit of a meetup, maybe like a brunch, breakfast, because the pit's open at 11 a.m. Beforehand, and would love to meet some of you guys. I know there's a few of you guys coming down from Oklahoma. I've talked to a few of y'all from Louisiana. So if you are a Romy and you are coming to Arlington, send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to meet you. And if we get this brunch pre-pit party going, I would love to have you attend. Otherwise, if you are not local and you would like to join in on the fun, I am trying to build my Instagram channel. So go and join that, the private channel that Instagram is pushing everybody. Otherwise, hit the link in my bio on Instagram for free stickers. I snail mail all of these out myself. And I just love seeing where you guys put these and seeing them all over water bottles and their bathroom at Glen Helen and all of the fun places that you guys stick them. So Romies, hit my DMs, get your free stickers, and hi, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Real Housewives of Moto. This is episode 37. We're breaking down Glendale, Phoenix. It's kind of one of those Arlington, Dallas things. But yeah, Glendale, Phoenix, 37. That is the new number of Cole Davies. We're big fans of Cole Davies here. We're big fans of going east, but we have one more round until we go east. We have Seattle in the meantime. But before we get there, Katie, are you alive and well after this weekend and Eli's crash?
Just barely. Just barely. I feel like.
How are you hanging on?
I mean, I'm glad he's fine. Like, I'm glad he'll be at Seattle. I'm glad it's only 8 points. I'm still just like, how did this happen? Like 2 weeks back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just hoping the bad luck is out of the way. And, you know, at the end of the day, this could be the round that wins him the championship. You know, like you win your championship on your bad nights. So we just can't have anything else happen. Like he's had 2 mulligans. Like absolutely not.
Scary ones too. Whew. Yeah, that was a shocker for everybody. Also when he said Craig took me out, I was like, damn, okay. Cause like I watched it back and I was like, I mean, yes, technically, like, but I don't think it wasn't like a takeout, but it was a messy start. Like Hunter's going down, like what happened?
Yeah, I think when Eli followed up with like, you know, I don't know what happened. That's what I think happened. I was kind of like, okay, you know, he hasn't seen the replay yet when they interviewed him. So he didn't know what happened. So, I mean, he probably blacked out just as I did. So,
yeah, no, it's true. It was weird because it like all happened like in slow mo, and I felt like he was really slow to get up. Like I had like a little bit of flashbacks to like the Dungy days, the year of Eli crashing when he was battling Dungy, like 17, where he would take forever to get up. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have one of those, but like, no, you were the points leader. You got to get up. So he did get up. He shook it off. Really impressed that he stuck around and did an interview after getting 12th place. Like he was pissed.
I don't remember him seeing that upset in an interview before.
Yeah.
It's just bummed. Like it was just bummed. Like it kind of took the wind out of the sails the rest of the evening. And
it was very bittersweet.
Yeah, because I was really happy for Roxon winning too, and he dedicated it to Larry Brooks, and like I thought that was so cool. So I was really happy for Kenny too. But me being an Eli lover, I was kind of just like, oh, come on. Like, come on. And his family and friends were there. Everyone jinxed it by saying how good he is at that track. I'm just like, can we just not talk on Twitter or Instagram anymore, please?
What did Mathis say? Mathis said the only thing that's going to keep him from winning is a bad start or something like that.
17th start.
Well, it was worse than 17th. It was 22nd or whatever.
And I can't even remember Eli crashing in a first turn.
No, because I mean, it wasn't his fault.
It's like, it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just very shocking. It was shocking.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, like we've had so many like weird things happen off the start. Like Max in the first heat, like just not turning, like just going straight, you know? So I did not think that was going to be the night for sure because he looked good. And yeah, he's still in it, but it was scary for sure. I'm glad we've gotten some posts from him and like people tagging him and things like that. So we know he's okay. He got up, he grabbed the wrist. I think we were all thinking Achilles. That was terrifying, but he got up, grabbed his wrist. And so we're like, okay, maybe something's going on with the wrist, but seems to be okay. Like, let's just get through Seattle. Hopefully it's not a mutter. The poor build crew can't even get in there until tomorrow because of the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. So shout out Dirtworks because that's just brutal. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like anything can happen in a mutter. Eli's usually done great in the mud. I can think of 2 races where he got second right off the bat.
mhm.
And other guys are due. Some bad luck will happen too.
Yeah.
Just gotta. But what was funny is the other day I bought orange and white checkered like nacho trays because I want to have
Mhm.
my day Tomac party.
I love it.
And my brother-in-law was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're for my day Tomac party that I almost didn't get to have."
My gosh.
So I was like, "Gotta make it." Well, he needs to
Mhm.
make it to the end, but like,
Yeah. Well, I think that's why it felt so shocking because it was like everybody's been healthy, like we've got this five-way battle, it's so good, and then it's like, no, this is not how it's supposed to happen. Like even if it comes down to Kenny and Eli, like I'm gonna have to buy a ticket to Salt Lake. Like I,
oh,
I will be there.
seriously, seriously.
But just like that weird start, like it wasn't his fault. Like that's not the way it's supposed to go. So
No, and he won the heat by like 6 seconds. It was just, and he was so good in qualifying. It's just so heartbreaking. Like the way this sport can just change your mood is
mhm.
a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I really as the resident Kenny Glazer, I had a hard time like getting into it with Kenny winning. Thank God Kenny was like dominating because I don't think I could have like I don't I was scared that there was going to be like a late race charge from Hunter because that's what Hunter's shown us he can do. And I was like I'm not going to be okay if like Eli is putzing around in 15th at that point and then Kenny loses it in like the last turn. Like I was like I can't handle this. So the Kenny win did like soften the injury for me, but it did feel really weird because there are guys, they're two of my absolute favorites to ever do it. So
Yeah, and
it
what's
just
also
sucks.
interesting is it was round 5 last year in Tampa when he broke his
Mhm.
leg. So
Mhm.
he
And
is
somebody said
cursed by
round
round
5 2
5
years ago
and
was something
Denver.
too. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. What the heck? I don't know. Maybe we're just getting greedy with like how tight the racing has been. Like I know people are like, "Oh, Houston was kind of boring and Glendale was kind of boring." But I'm like, "Okay, if the racing is not I don't know, like bar banging, but we still have a tight championship. Like I want that. Like I want it to go down to as late as possible. I was going to say Vegas, Salt Lake City. Um, so I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, can we just keep everybody healthy? Like, that's all I
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Goodness.
No.
So we
The
got
good
that one out
thing,
of the way.
if Seattle's a mud race, the good news is we don't have to worry about injuries that much as like bike failures.
True. True. Yeah, I know. Did you listen to Pulp last night? And maybe it was Sealy. I can't remember.
I
And they were
just
talking about how
listened
hot it
to
gets.
Ken. And they were saying it's like, oh, February is actually great to
Gosh,
have the race in. I was
that
like,
scares me. No, but he was talking about how hot the bikes get in mutters.
oh,
And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that does suck." Like, it's a lot of work for mechanics and such, but, um, I just don't want it to snow. I mean, that
I don't
just
think it's snowing. They said it's going to
I
be
mean
hotter in Seattle than it was in Houston.
yeah, but I looked at it and there's, like, a chance of snow the next day, so I'm like, I don't know. It's a week and a half out. Pacific Northwest is weird, so and an open stadium, which apparently this weekend they did open the roof a little bit in Glendale to like let some of the pyro stuff out, but like all the people on like the load crew and everything, like they were dying, like all their eyes were bloodshot, and apparently they had mixed a lot of like mulch and hay in with the dirt. So I saw a lot of people that were not feeling good leaving there, but apparently that's like a thing. Like somebody was saying,
Oh,
like, oh yeah, every year we feel like crap leaving Glendale. I'm like, well,
oh,
that
that's
sucks.
interesting.
Yeah. So I guess just like bad ventilation. Houston felt very like the gas fumes were like sitting on us. So um like I said, we were talking off the air. I'm just spoiled by AT&T Stadium. Like as much as I hate giving Jerry Jones my money and like an $8 pickle and a $45 beer, like that stadium is just primo. So let's talk 250s real quick because there's not a whole lot going on. We're ready for the East Coast. Like
We
Deegan
are.
is dominating. I mean, period. Like I don't even know that I mean, in his own words, he's riding at 70%, but I don't think he's riding at 100%. I kind of want to see him ride at 100% at this point. Like, I would like to see Hayden in these last couple races. Maybe we'll get it after the first East West showdown. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it at the showdown, but I want to see Hayden just like unload. Like, I want to see how much he can beat this class by. Because if that's the only reason you're sticking around is to just like polish up your Supercross skills, you've done it. So, like, let's see it. Because I feel like
that we haven't had a rider like that in a while. Like Jet manages, you know, like Jet rides at like 85%. And then when he has to turn it up to 100%, he does it, like, especially in moto. But I don't feel like we've really seen Hayden like uncork it. And I feel like he's getting the confidence now to do it. And the championship's his. So like, as long as he doesn't do something stupid, like, I don't know, I kind of want to see him like run the table. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Unless something crazy happens, like an Achilles or something.
Oh gosh,
It's
yeah.
his. And I was thinking about this the other day. So like since what, 2020, we've had Jet, Hunter, and then Deegan in the 250 class. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Kitchen and everyone is ready for Deegan. They are not going to be
Get
sad
out.
that he is leaving. And
Yep.
it make me already look forward to next year because we're not going to have this generational talent really in the
Mm-mm.
class, like I'm really hoping the PC curse is broken for Mitch,
Goodness, seriously.
and I'm just like it's wide open next year. So I'm already excited for next year and just
Yeah.
hopefully see Kitchen or Shimoda get a title, like someone new, like not we've been hearing Jet, Hunter, Deegan's name in that class since 2020.
I know, it's
It's like
wild.
we're ready for just it could be anyone.
I know. And I'm ready for all of them to be in the 450s. So the one downside, I will say, if Eli wins this championship, I think that's it. Like I think he retires. I think from American racing.
Oh, I think he would still do outdoors.
Yeah, I think he'd do outdoors, but I think like for Supercross next year, like I think, well, you know, I say that and then I think about like whatever that clip that he just did recently where he was like, I just enjoy racing my motorcycle, you know? Like, so maybe
Yeah,
not.
like
Maybe I eat my
I
words.
I wonder if he's just like, well, Roxon's not retiring yet, Anderson's not retiring yet, Stewart's not retiring yet. Like, why would I
Hmm.
retire? Like
Yeah.
my generation's still out there. Why can't I?
Yeah.
So it's so I can't even imagine his retirement post. Or will
Mm-mm.
he make a speech like Ryan Dungey did, at that like banquet thing?
Oh, yeah. That was
Oh,
sad. I didn't like that. I mean, it was
I can't,
classy, it was dungy, but it sucked. Like, I was like, "This is
I
not it.
just
Say it's not
can't
so."
even I can't even imagine the day.
I know, I know. I could see him maybe doing well, I could see him doing Supercross and, like, doing some World Supercross rounds
Yeah.
or
World
Paris or whatever.
Supercross.
Um, but I don't know, he's so fun to watch outdoors that God, just a world where we don't have Eli outdoors is a bummer. And then
It's
getting
like
Hayden and Jed and,
it's so weird to think about. Well, did you listen to that interview he did last week? He wants to get into enduro.
Yeah, I saw that. I could get into enduro if Eli's there. I could see that. You know, I would love to see Eli.
Oh my god, it
I
was
would
so
support Eli in
funny.
any sport.
Eric likes watching that downhill mountain bike thing. What's it called? Line? Why can't I think of it now? But it's they all do the downhill mountain bikes. What's the word
Oh,
for
I
it?
have no idea. Rampage? Not Red Bull Rampage.
It's something like that though.
Okay,
But I
gotcha.
think it's
Okay,
the
I'm
other one.
tracking.
And
Okay.
it was a YouTube video and they got rained out, so they couldn't do it. So they were all watching the Supercross and they were like, "Oh, who are you guys rooting for?" And someone said Prado, and then the guy was like, "No." He goes, "This is a Tomac zone only." He's like, "You got to get out of here."
Yeah, seriously, get out of here. I okay, I know we're jumping back and forth with the 250s and 450s, but in qualifying at one point, like it was Eli, Prado, and AP in the top 4. Like having all 3 KTMs. I'm sure KTM is like, "Okay, like what happens if all 3 of these guys get on the podium?" Can you imagine the bonuses they'd have to pay out? Like, my gosh, but I don't know, I mean, it's a good thing. You don't have a 250 program, so you might as well have your all your 450s show up, so
Yeah.
um anyhow, 250s. Yeah, I'm a little bit bored of Hayden. I'm ready for him to move up. I'm ready for outdoors for him. He's an incredible outdoor rider. We don't know what Jet's going to be like. Hearing whispers that Jet might come back for Supercross. So I don't know if that's just like he comes back for Salt Lake and just like I don't know, tries
I
to shake
don't
things
know.
off. That scares me. Like I'm like just no,
I'm just
just
like, "Jet, you're good. Just sit this one out. It's
no, let
okay."
Hunter have it.
Yeah, what's interesting is like Lars has said that and then someone else, but Jet has not said that on the vlogs. Like he says, "Oh, I'm going to be walking soon
Mhm.
or I'll be off the scooter or whatever and I'm going to
Mhm.
start preparing for outdoors." That's what he said. He didn't say
Yeah.
anything about like, I might kind of try to squeeze in a Supercross round
I
or
know.
so. He
I
so
don't
I'm just
understand
like, are
why.
they just saying that to say that?
Yeah, I mean, I normally I would think that because of like sponsorships and things like that, but like Honda's the one team that doesn't have to do that. Like they don't have to have another rider. They don't, so I don't understand what that logic is, but I don't know. We don't have an N inside Honda anymore that I could bug. Although we should say Tati lips were sealed. She never leaked any information, so we put some respect on her name. Let's see other things in 250. I will say about Hayden, where we will give credit where credit's due, and I want to talk moto kits at the end gear. Hayden's doing these skulls on the back of his jerseys for his wins. I think it's kind of cool. At first, he only had one, and so I was like, what is that? But it's kind of like in college football where you get logos on your helmets for good plays. So now he's got 3. Arguably next week he'll have 4 of the little skulls down the side. Here's my one beef with it, because I can't shut up my OCD or my graphic design brain. Is they're just going down the left side? Like, at some point, does he think he's going to get enough wins that he's going to transfer to the right side? Like, why did we not alternate? Like, it's just like down the left-hand side of his back. And it annoys me more than it should. But I think it's cool. And I think he's had some cool stuff. His Fox gear 2 weeks ago, where it had like the red on the sleeves and then red on the knees. So it was like when he was on the bike, it was kind of like red around the red number plate, which I think is cool. But we got to talk about Lux. Oh my gosh. I was so excited. Obviously I am a big fan of the Turners, and that family is the best. They're like the anti-Deegans, honestly. Like, they're just so normal, and they love each other, and they're adorable, all of them. And oh my gosh, I just love them so much. So when Lux got out front in the first heat, or the second heat, first. Yeah, very first. I was freaking out, and I posted something in my Instagram stories because, launching Real Housewives, I've met a few people through Instagram. Literally, I did not know Nicole, Mama Turner, before Instagram. And it is so nerve-wracking now to have like an emotional investment in these writers, because I'm like, they're somebody's kid. I mean, I know that, but like now I know their mom. So I was freaking out. Like, I full on like turtle shelled into my hoodie. Like, I was hyperventilating, like dying. And so he ultimately like did not get the win. Bolin and Anstey came up, and like, those guys, no, Anstey did not. Bolin and Kitchen. And those guys, I mean, they know how to race. They know that speed. So I'm glad that Lux got those laps in. He's got the speed. He looks good. He's not even 100%. I mean, we're still coming off the injury from Australia. So that was very exciting. So I was very, very pumped on our boy Lux.
Yeah, that was very exciting to see.
Yes. Let's see. Other things. So Levi and Cameron go 2-3 again. Michael Mosman in 4th, Ryder D in 5th. Let's see, where are we at in point standings? Because I think Mosman moved back up. I think Mosman's back in 2nd with that. Where are our points? Yeah. So that's exciting. I mean, Hayden's got this. There's other than like a mechanical, which they're not testing, everything should be the same. It's Deegan's to win, Deegan's to lose. Let's talk a little 450. So Eli looked great in the heats. Prado looked great in the heats. Prado just can't get a whole shot in the main. I don't know what his deal is. It's bizarre. Yeah. It's like he just uses up all that good mojo, but then, God, freaking Vince Freezy out there on the privateer Cowie. Like, what the heck? What is Cowie thinking? Like, factory Cowie. When Chase can't get a start to save his life, and Freezy is out there doing Freezy things. Like, that can't be a good conversation.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Chase has had a rough go, kind of.
Yeah. What is happening? Like, he's still testing. We're hearing that. I mean, I feel like he's chasing the perfect bike, and that doesn't exist. So like, what can anybody say to him? We talk about this every week. What can anybody say? Who can say it? Like, I'm at a loss.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say about Chase. I liked his boots.
Oh, the green Tech 10s?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, nice. That's on my list. The weird name, Wolf Dust, was the name of the gear, the Alpine Stars limited release. I like them. I like the Old English font. People call it Chrome Hearts. It's like that company that Deegan loves. They're like, it's Chrome Hearts font. I'm like, it's Old English. But I liked it. I thought it was cool. I mean, I'm biased because it has the big AS on it for Alpine Stars, and those are my initials. So I'm like, I love it. I love seeing my initials all over Chase's body. But I thought it was really cool. I think the green boots, the Cowie, the green Cowie, the green Monster logo, and then the black and white gear, I thought it looked sick. So kind of bouncing all over the place with my my thoughts, but that was good. The highlight of my night, obviously, was Kenny, because it's been a hot minute. We won Daytona last year, so now we've got one win each year. I'm like, can we get some more done? But just seeing Griffin on the podium and Courtney,
that was so cute.
Oh, the cutest. And like he had the little like racing sweater on. And I'm just like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Moto in its dad era. Um, Ken just looked so happy. His podium interview or the media scrum where he talks about Larry Brooks, so
Mhm.
sad. I mean, just finding
Yeah.
out that Larry is battling colon cancer, which is, I mean, I'm so glad to hear that they caught it early. We have colon cancer on both sides of our family and Tim's side of the family. So I'm like, lovely. This will probably be in my future. Get your colonoscopies. This is a PSA for colonoscopies.
Yeah.
They're not fun, but get them done. But I thought it was really sweet that Ken said, you know, that Larry's like a second father to him. You know, obviously, like Ken's dad doesn't live here; he lives in Germany. And that was just really cool that he got the win. You know, the
Yeah.
same day they announced it. So sending
Yeah.
all our thoughts and prayers to Larry and family because that is just
Mm.
not fun. So, let's see. While we're on the gear train, we're talking about this. We talked about Chase's Wolf Dust Alpine Stars gear, loved it. Deegan Skulls for the wins, loved it. Prado had this kind of like ombre gear, but it had white fox logos, like the white fox head. I thought that looked dope. So I was like, here for that. Dylan on the Ducati team had a Scream mask painted on the top of his helmet. So I was like, that was sick. I love it. I think it's really cool. Like, I get it. There's Paramount Plus sponsorship and all that. But I think it's a cool way to kind of plug that. And then Kenny had a custom painted rabbit and dog pooping helmet because of his quote on the podium last week. So I'm
It's
here for that.
funny.
Yeah, so good night of racing aside from Eli. Hunter is the new points leader, which is strange because he hasn't won a race yet.
Yeah.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But I think he's got one coming. I do.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So I could see, I don't know that it would come. I mean, maybe. Like, has he done well in mud?
I was just thinking that. I was like, I need
I
to look
know.
up results in the mud.
Well, if we get one more winner, that's 5 winners, right? Yeah, we'd have 5.
Mhm.
And six would be a new record. So what if we got an AP in the mud, got an AP win, and
Oh,
then
I'd
got
be
Hunter
for
later
an
in the
AP
year?
win. Yeah, I'm good for
Where's
AP
AP?
winning.
He's way down the points because he had to DNF. So where's he at?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in 8th. No, wait, no. Hold on. He's in 11th. Dude, that sucks. He went 12, 15, DNF, 9, 14. That's gracious. This is, I mean, the fact that we are, how many points? 89, 9, less than 20 points separating the top 5. That's pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. And the fact that Kenny's basically on a privateer team
Yeah,
is
that's
impressive. Let's see some other things around the sport. Listen, I had a lot of people message me about Cameron McAdoo's podium speeches. Which,
really.
yes, I think he's adorable. I thought his sister coming up was adorable. I think we were talking before we started recording. I think Maddie's adorable. When is she giving birth? Like, has she not been pregnant for like 14 months?
No, it's been a billion years.
Yeah. So you said somewhere you heard that it's about 6 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think Cameron in a press day interview Friday said 6 weeks left.
Okay. Which would put him like end of March, and there's an East-West showdown there. So that would be unfortunate. You also have Mariah Webb pregnant with baby girl Webb number 3. And I think she's getting down to the wire too. So that could be telling as well. I just don't I can't imagine. Like, what do you do? What do you do if like it's on the race weekend and like obviously like you leave, but like what if you're in title contention?
Yeah, that's what I was worried about with Eli because Jessica was due like first week in May.
Gosh, that's so
And
stressful.
then they ended up having her in like April, like last week of April.
Oh my gosh.
And it ended up being
Yeah.
fine because of COVID.
Oh, good old COVID. Goodness. But like Webb is in this. So like what if Mariah goes into labor like on a weekend? And I assume at some point she's not going to travel, or maybe she can because they have their private jet, but
Yeah, I feel like Webb would be fine. You know, like they already gave birth twice.
you'd be like, I
Right?
can miss this
They'd
one.
be like, it's fine.
I don't
But
even-
not Cam. We know Cam will be there.
Yeah, Cam will be there. I don't know, man. If I was Mariah, or if I was a moto wag and about to give birth and my husband was in the championship, I'd take one for the team and give birth alone.
Yeah, I think I would too. Like, no questions asked. Like, yeah, go. We need diaper money. Like James
Yeah.
Stewart always says. He always
Yep.
references money for diapers.
Yeah, they're expensive. I get it, dude. Um, I just can't even imagine. Like, that's so much going on, and then, like, you just feel like crap at the end. Like, I didn't look nearly as cute. Like, Maddie, we've talked about this before. Maddie's belly is, like, perfectly round. Like, I don't know. I have no torso, and my second, she was breached, so she was, like, all balled up inside me. I was not a cute pregnant person. So I'm just like, at some point, like, you're just not gonna wanna be walking around at the races all day, and, then you're gonna go outdoors. Like, well, maybe I don't think Cooper is. I don't think he's signed for the outdoors.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe they'll just stay home, hunker down. Yeah, no, I don't think that he is. I think he's
Oh, I want to see Cooper Webb as a girl dad in like 15 years.
I
Like,
know. Oh my
that's
gosh. And they're
really
all really
cool.
close together. Like
Yeah.
Indy's 4, their oldest is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think 4 and Presley's 2 and then this one. So those teenagers are going to be fun.
Or if we'll be seeing Eli at the races with Noah or Luca one day.
Dude, I don't know. It's like I didn't think we'd see RV though. So could Eli pull an RV and come back, on a completely different brand and then be a little moto mini dad? I could see it.
Maybe it's in the
Yeah.
genes. Those Tomacs have good genes.
And they're good at everything,
Yeah,
but I don't
exactly.
know. Maybe they get into cattle roping and all the stuff that Jessica does. All the cattle things. Oh goodness. So we're going into Seattle and then we go east. We've talked about Seattle and the weather and it makes me nervous.
Yeah, let me
But then
look
going
it up.
east, yeah, let's look up what we got going on. Cause I heard that there was gonna be some rain, but maybe that'll help because the dirt
Right
won't be there
now
till
it
Wednesday.
says rain all day Friday, 85% chance of rain on Friday, and then Saturday's 34% chance of rain with a high
What
of
about
47.
what's Wednesday and Thursday when they're gonna be building?
Wednesday, Thursday, no rain.
Okay. All right. So probably no press day then if it's raining on
Yeah, I
Friday.
don't think we'll get a press day.
That's a bummer.
Which I love press day. It's like
I know, I do too.
fun. It's like the last day of work, it's press day, it's
Yeah.
Supercross Eve. I like
I
press
love
day.
I love Weege putting the microphone on the T-wrench, like the little magnetic one. Have you seen that for his interviews?
Yeah,
Mathis was giving him crap. I think it's so cute. I think it's fun.
it's cute.
I don't know. They did that with Hunter and Cam and not giving anything away about bikes. That was when they were like, "Oh yeah, it's the whatever device." They were trying to throw them off their scent because I think that Honda is still struggling with setup, but I digress. We don't need to talk about that again. So then when we go East Coast, I will be there for the very first round. Katie will be in town, but leaving the day before. I should have guilt tripped you into staying for dirt bikes. One more day, but those tickets are not cheap. That's what sucks about Arlington is I bought 3 tickets for Houston because we wanted to sit right behind Afton, and that was the only we could get 1 or we could get 3. And 3 tickets to Houston was cheaper than 2 tickets to Arlington.
Really?
Yeah. So, and our tickets are like okay in Arlington. I bought them like on pre-sale or something like that, like way back when, because I didn't know like I figured we wouldn't be doing the suite because it was so expensive. But then we've had like different groups that go every year, so I was like, I just want to make sure I have like decent seats. And I mean, they were still expensive, like not cheap. So I need to figure out how to pay someone to take me to the races with them and not put me on a content timeline. That's my big thing is like, I would absolutely like work as a correspondent for one of these outlets, but like, I am not producing content like at midnight. Like these guys that are going and I just have the utmost respect for them because the amount of content they put out and the timetables they put it out on, like there's stuff like 5 minutes after press day is over, on Fridays. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, that mad respect. I can't do that. So maybe one day, but let's see. Other things. Your picks from last week. You had Deegan and Eli. I had Deegan and Kenny. So this is the first time I got my picks both right.
You
So
are
let's do picks for I
right.
know. It's just because I was going off the Kenny thing. But let's do picks for Glendale. What are you feeling for Glendale? I mean Glendale, Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Oh my gosh, it's so tough.
I know. So it might be a
I'm
little
gonna
mushy if it's raining all day
go.
Friday.
I'm gonna go AP
Okay.
and
Can you do
Kitchen. I
it?
think
You
Kitchen
gonna
would be
do
a
it?
good mud rider, right? Because he grew up in Washington.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't have we seen Deacon in the mud? I don't know. I feel like Deegan could figure it out. Like, I feel like he is at the point now where he could figure out.
I wouldn't be
anything.
surprised. I just want to go off the cusp a little.
Okay, I'm here for that. I'm going to go off the cuff too. Let's do Cam. Let's give Cam some juju. All right, Cam. And then 450s. I'll go Webb. I'll go Webby. He needs it. He needs to stay in it. I kind of want to give it to Chase. Chase needs it too. Good Lord, Chase. Come on. Like, what is happening? So,
yeah, he won in the mud. Chase has won in the mud in 24 in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. You were at that race.
I was.
That was, oh my gosh. And that was the one where the pits were like super far away.
Yeah, they had to ride on scooters.
Yeah, no, thank you. Let's look at who we know for sure is on East. Hold on. Hopefully we'll get Shimoda back. Hopefully.
Yeah. I can't believe that 100 Hours hasn't been released.
I know. What's going on with that, Jace?
Something's going on because he literally told us at the event, this will be released on YouTube next Friday.
Yeah. And then I heard 2 weeks, and it's been 2 weeks. So both of those have passed. Strange. Let's see. So we'll get Nate Thrasher. Probably not our boy Cade Manier. Talked to his mama briefly last week, and when he got home, he went through concussion protocol too after Houston and did not pass then either. So
Oof.
he's got a little bump on the noggin, and I think Bobby was kind of using that as like the test of who to move up for East. So I think that probably Caden Dudney will get the bid, the other Caden, for Star. So we'll have Caden, Nate. I feel like I'm missing another Star
Davies.
guy. Cool. Davies. Yeah, duh. Hello. Yeah, here for that. I'm like 37th episode. Casey Cochran on Husky. Cody Shock. I'm excited to see Cody Shock. Cody raced the offseason, did all of the World Supercross rounds. So I'm curious to see how the guys that raced and just went straight into the season, like Ando and Anstey and like that, like, is there going to be a correlation between racing the full season, not really taking off a break, and then coming back and going straight into Anaheim, or Cody Shock program taking off the West Coast and now riding East Coast? So that'll be interesting. We'll get Drew Adams and Seth Hamburger. We love Seth Hamburger, so I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what other big names? Daxton Bennick on Husky. I feel like I'm missing somebody else, but those are the big names. So it should be good. We'll get a different crop of riders. Jalik Swole. We'll have Jalik on Triumph. I'm excited about that. Jalik's had a rough go, but excited about that.
Faulkner, will he be back?
Dude, I don't know what Faulkner's doing, okay? That one makes me nervous. He's got a broken hand. He looks busted up. Like, I don't understand.
I knew this would happen with him going 450. I knew this was going to happen.
Me too. Like, I was like, like, there was a part of me, like, somebody said, like, maybe the momentum of the 450 will, like, chill him out. And I was like, I don't think that's it. I don't think it's like chilling him out. I just think that, like, he's fast as all get out, and that's all he knows. So I don't know. I don't know that he's going to be competitive on the East Coast. I mean, Davies, Shimoda, Hammaker. That's pretty solid. Throw in Thrasher, Nate Adams. Yeah. Drew Adams. So I don't know about that one. That one's hard. So TBD on that one, but we're ready for the East Coast, basically, is the thought there. We're going to wrap this up. We're tired of it. I could handle a few shootouts. Like, I'm good with that. We get them at, what do we say? Birmingham, St. Louis, and then Salt Lake. So got a little bit of chaos in there. Those are always fun. And especially now without Hunter and Jet in there. I feel like when Hunter and Jet were in there and they were racing their opposite coast, that's all we talked about was like the brothers racing each other. So like now they're not in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be a whole new ball game come next year.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, Kitchen's got another year on his contract. Like, it's going to be an interesting 250 off season. Like, I don't think that we're going to have a ton of shakeups on 450s. Justin Cooper, that's the big one. Justin Cooper's on a contract year. He probably wants out of there. He probably is like, I'm done with Yamaha and these 8 million riders. Like, I could see him going to Triumph. I mean, that's really the only place. Maybe Ducati, if God forbid Barcia doesn't come back, which I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to speak that into existence, but I don't know, man. Barcia's That was scary. Anywho, I'm ready for Seattle, whatever it brings. Good job, Seahawks. Glad you guys got your win. You looked good. Ready for dirt bikes to be in your stadium. And ready to go East Coast. I'm ready to be at Arlington. I'm ready to see some new riders. Can take a break from vegan and archery shots at the finish line.
Yeah.
So we are ready to head East Coast, and we will chat after Seattle.